What's up, guys? Hans von TCG here, coming at you from my hotel room because I'm away for business, but I still wanted to make a video because I felt inspired by what I've been seeing in the past few days and some singles. So I'm going to go over 10 singles today that I've been seeing a meteoric rise for, and I just want to talk about it because you don't really often see singles like take off like this, and I don't know if it's because we're back in the EX era. There's other cards that might be competitive, but I'll just take a look at these and I'll flip you around and we can get into it. All right, so first up here, we have some amazing rares from Vivid Voltage, and it's just these two. I checked all the other amazing rares, and I don't know what's been happening with this Raikou here, and we'll go into the Rayquaza next, but if you look down here, look at that. It's going up from like $2 this past 3 months, all the way up. It peaked around here at almost $10. I don't know what's been going on with this. Like, it's a beautiful card, don't get me wrong. Like, I really like the colors of it. I like Raikou, but it's just quadrupled in price in the past 3 months. I mean, if you look at 6 months, it even kind of did something similar where it just like pumped up to $6.50 and then just dropped back down. And I don't know if that's just because of the card, but overall, if you look in a year, I mean, that trend. And if you look at the Rayquaza here as well, like, this is my favorite amazing rare that Pokemon made in both between Vivid Voltage and Shining Fates. I think they're cool concept cards. I think they're just like Radiant cards. They were a bit too easy to pull. But you see this meteoric rise, and this was always one of the more expensive ones, right around that $3 to $4 mark. And now it's at $8.79, $9.28 actually, and it's just been going crazy. This used to be a $20 card, but if you just look at that giant spike, it just screams to me like, I don't know if this is just the end of the Sword and Shield era or what, but it's like just going absolutely nuts. And these are the only two ones that are doing it. And now if we move into like the era of X and Y, I don't know if this is because of Scarlet and Violet coming out that confirms EX cards coming back, but I've noticed a trend on some of these, and I'm just going to pick a few here, but the Mega Blastoise EX from Evolutions has gone up a crazy amount. It went up like 50% in the past 3 months, from around like $8 up now to around $12. And it's like, I don't know, like, you'd think singles, there's still plenty of X and Y going around there, and I don't even think it's because X and Y, like Evolutions, is being ripped more. Like, it's actually the least expensive it's been in the past 2 years. So that's what's like kind of shocking to me, is seeing like 50% rises, 400% rises in cards. It's just a little like nuts. I don't know what's been changing, but something has been. So some of the other Sun and Moon promos that we had were the Ash's Pikachu ones, and these are kind of going a little bit crazy right now because Ash is retiring from the anime. It's the Boruto phase of Pokemon, as I like to say. We're getting a new character, a new introduction, and a fresh start. And he's been around for forever, since my whole childhood. And it's kind of crazy, but you see this kind of almost FOMO of being able to find Ash merchandise, things that it's going, and you see this card rise from around $4 here up to around $10. Like, that's 2.5 times value in the past 3 months, and it is still climbing. And the other ones are following similar trends, outside of the Ash's Pikachu with the Gen 1 hat, which actually dropped about $1, which I was really surprised about. I thought that would be one that was a continuous grind, but here's the one from, I believe it's Johto, that has been climbing here this past couple months. So really cool card. Pick some up for yourself. I know that these are promos, so they're not super available. So I'd find it while you can. So I actually just saw this one when I was doing one of my recent videos going through the tier lists of Sword and Shield, and I was so surprised because I have this card and I remembered it being like a $2 card, and it's like Stoutland V. I really like the background artwork of it, and it's from Battle Styles. Pretty cool card. And as you see here, just this one listed here is $12, but if you come down here, I mean, that's a little above average for market price. It was around $2.50, and it just has gone crazy this past 3 months, and it's up to $10. This is like one of the more expensive full arts in Sword and Shield now. Like, you don't often see that many over $10. Oh, you don't see many over like $5 or $6. And I don't know if this is because of something with Silver Tempest came out and it was competitive. I mean, it looks like right around that time, that's when it was gaining traction. Someone please let me know in the comments what it is, because this is just crazy to me. I can't explain it. So if someone could for me, that's fantastic. Up next, we have our only full art trainer that's going to be on here, and that's the Loosamine from Crimson Invasion. Another set that's kind of like the battle styles of Sun and Moon, some might say. But this is a really cool full art trainer. Loosamine, obviously villain of Sun and Moon. It's going to be a really cool card, but it's been climbing like crazy this past 6 months. It was around like $19 over here. It peaked like low around 18.98 here. You just see it just take off, and I'm not sure if this is because of people really wanting to select female full art trainers. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen it with others like Roxanne and Astral Radiance or other things like that. But this one now sitting at $32, a 50% rise over the past since September. And that's a really big gain for a card from a set that's like pretty undesirable. So I think that was just a really cool one worth noting. Really cool card. Pick it up for yourself if you like it. So we're going to go back to the XY era here with a Mega Mewtwo EX. So this is from Breakthrough, another one of the most affordable sets from X and Y. I think this is one of the best full arts I've ever seen, though. It's beautiful. It's got the nice blue and purple Mega Mewtwo on there with like the move across there. I think it's Vanishing Strike in Japanese that it says. So if you come down here, this one again, it wasn't crazy. It wasn't as much as the other ones were, but still going from the past 6 months around $20 or so up now to 30, right around 30. It's pretty crazy. I mean, even before that, it was around $21. And this is a really beautiful card. I don't know, like even since in a whole year, it's just been climbing. And as X and Y gets a little more rare, as this becomes the new black and white set, as we get into the Scarlet and Violet era, I think these cards are really going to skyrocket in value for what they are, because now that we're back in the EX era, that carries a lot just for the fact that X and Y was the last set to have EXs. This one was really surprising to me. Like I know we had a huge influx of base set openings these past few years, and it really destroyed the price of singles. But this is just a regular Venusaur base set. It's was around like a $70 card or so for the past year, and now it has just climbed. Yeah, so it's right around almost $100 now, guys. Like this is quite impressive for a base set card to climb this much. Like in the past year, it's been right around that $70 to $80 mark, and it's still just been rising over this past 3 months or so. And I think this is my favorite card from base set. I love this Venusaur. I don't know why. It speaks to me. The Arena artwork is just beautiful. Everyone always loves Charizard. I do too, but this one is my bread and butter of base set. And I'm happy to see it gaining value over some time here. So hopefully we can hit $100 with the Venusaur. It'd be really cool to do. I'm setting high enough to get graded here soon. But we're going to go into some more vintage here with Snorlax. And this is from Jungle. So it's on here, it does have both the first edition and the unlimited prices. And I really just want to look at the unlimited here because as you see with the first edition there, it's just been kind of going up and a little bit down. But looking here, this card was about $36. And even before then was around like $30 in the past 6 months. And it has just been on this steady climb all the way up now to $47 almost. And like I said, this is the same thing that kind of happened with the Venusaur. I'm not really sure if just less jungle is being ripped and there's still demands for these cards and they're just going up. I really want to go into it more. This is more just an observation video, not an explanation video. But this is one of my favorite cards. One of my buddies, I'm actually going to be selling him one of mine here soon. So it's a really cool card, Ken Sugimori artwork, and it's a chase for a lot of people. So I'm happy to see it gaining back more and more value here. All right, last up with number 10 is Aerodactyl EX from Sandstorm. I recently just picked up this card from a grading from AGS, actually. But this is one of my favorite Aerodactyl cards of all time. It has like the beautiful e-reader EX border, and it has like the black and red with Aerodactyl looking super menacing on it. I just thought it was a really cool card, and I picked it up in a trade from Reddit. But if you look down here, it's been going crazy. It's going a little loco. It was around like a $45 card even back in like August time frame, and then we just kind of hit a plateau here in September, and then it just took off. I don't know what happened. It's now a $63. Like that is another 50% gain on a single in a few months, and I think this card it can be a $100 card pretty much, honestly. Like in the future, like this is one of the best of my favorites from the EX era. And I think a lot of cool cards are from Sandstorm as well. And this isn't even like a capital EX card. It's just a lower EX card. So I think that a lot of that era is very investable right now. I'm just really big on these EX cards in general. I think that the hollow border around them is really pretty. And I think they have really cool artworks. So I'm big on these right now. Can't say for certain they're going to go to the moon. But I think I'm more so investing in these right now than I am alt arts, just from the fact that I don't know what's speculative around alt arts outside of the evolutions. I think they're really pretty cards, great for sealed investments, for picking up booster boxes that could potentially have alt arts in them. But for buying singles, I'm really going to be sticking right now to vintage era around the e-reader and EX era. So let me know if any other cards you saw going crazy lately. Have a good one. See ya.